Hey everyone, it's Congressman Jamie Raskin coming to you on this beautiful 4th of July weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody out on the road in Tacoma Park and Wood Acres and Friendship Heights and Leisure World and Somerset and all over the 8th District as we celebrate Independence Day. And for the 4th of July, we've got an extraordinary local hero for you, someone who is no stranger to Montgomery County, born and raised and a true blue civic community activist and a former public servant, the great Bruce Adams. So everybody please congratulate Bruce Adams, who is our local hero this week. And Bruce, congratulations to you.
Thank you. What an honor it is to be honored by you, Jimmy. Thank you.
Now, we could either spend our limited time together just reading through your extraordinary accomplishments or letting you talk. And I think the latter is the better. But let me just note a few things. Foremost in my mind has been the big train, the Bethesda Community Baseball Club, which you've done. You, of course, served on the county council back in 1986 and 1990 when you and Ike Leggett entered politics and that large county council seats together. But you've been recognized as a hero against hunger by MANA back in 2018. You have received all kinds of other awards for your work. You've been in the Human Rights Hall of Fame in Montgomery County. You inaugurated the Sister Cities program. You started our Day of Service, which introduced thousands of people to community service in our community. And you've just done remarkable things. So we want to recognize you on this special 4th of Day weekend for the spirit of community service and engagement that you embody. And I was hoping you would kick it off by starting to talk to us about Big Train and baseball and how that's intertwined in your life with community service.
Well, thank you, Jamie. Thank you for this opportunity. I won the birth lottery. I got born here in Montgomery County. Extraordinary people from every corner of the globe have come here to Montgomery County. People have worked hard at making Montgomery County one of the most welcoming communities in the world, and I've been such a beneficiary of that. And my life's work has tried to be to empower and engage the community, but the last few years, it's also entertaining the community. So we started Big Train Baseball back in 1999. And the goal wasn't to create just summer college baseball and entertain people. What I was looking for was to figure out how to raise money to fix fields for kids. I'd been on the county council. My son at age 5 said it was time for him to play organized baseball. So we put him in the BCC youth baseball. And I went out, and of course, they make you a coach. And I realized the fields weren't good. And I thought, wow, we should fix the fields. They should be better, but the economy wasn't great. And I thought, let's create a public-private partnership. And I just wasn't figuring it out. And then our family was on a tour across America writing a travel book for Fodor's on family baseball vacations. And my 5-year-old figured out that the way to get baseballs was to go to the visiting team bullpen because they didn't own the balls and there wasn't any adult supervision. So he came back with a bucket of signed baseballs. So my wife and I actually were talking to Ralph Nader's uncle, who owned the Oneonta team. And I thought, geez, I better find my 5-year-old. So I went down to the visiting team bullpen, and they told me about the Shenandoah Valley League. And what I learned was that the Valley League combined my two loves of community and baseball. Everybody turns out for a summer college baseball game in the Valley teams, and I thought, wow, could I bring that to a big, busy place like Bethesda? Could we make that work? And we have. And so the goal was, Paul Newman made the salad dressing, and then he took the profit and he put it into good causes. And I thought, it's got to be more fun to make baseball than salad dressing. So we ended up in the first 13 years before I went back to work in the county for Ike, raising $600,000 to improve youth fields from Bethesda to Germantown to Anacostia. And that's been Big Train Baseball's real legacy, is fixing up those fields. But we also put on a show every night. my baseball mentors tell me that only 30% of the people who go to a baseball game are there for the pure baseball game. And the rest of them are there because they're with a friend, or they want to get the bobblehead, or they like the hot dogs. And so that's the show we put on. And Jamie, we're pleased that we're going to be able to honor you along with Capitol Police Chief Manger and the Latin American Youth Center on Saturday, July 15th as Big Train Community Heroes. We're going to have a mariachi band. We're putting on a show there. We just finished a Juneteenth event to honor the Montgomery Black Sandlots. And every night at Big Train Baseball in June and July, you get to see big league talent. 22 of our guys have made it to the major leagues. But you also see small town charm, and that's what we're selling at Big Train Baseball.
So the college students who come to play are from all over the country, right? They're not
Correct.
necessarily homegrown talent.
No, they are from all over the country. The best college baseball players, as you can imagine, grow up in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, and California. So if you look at our roster, that's where half our players are from. And so these are...
And in Montgomery County and Bethesda, too.
Correct. And these are folks, young people who just been through a 50-game college season, and they go through the grind of another 40-plus games with us because they want to make it to the major leagues. There's 10 of our guys who played at Shirley Povich Field for the Bethesda Big Train who are playing in the major leagues right now, and 22 of our alumni over the years have made it there. About 40% of our guys actually go on to play pro baseball. So the grind of that long college season and then the long summer season is because they're working hard to live out their dreams. So it's so fun to support that. We honored our coach last night for winning his 500th regular season game. And I asked him last night at the game, why do you do that? And he says, I do it for these young men. I do it to give them a chance to move forward. But we also, Jamie, as you do with so much of engaging young people, we do that as well. We've got a dozen college interns and a dozen high school interns, and they help run Big Train Baseball. And I noticed that when I came back and took Big Train over again after leaving after retiring, when Leggett's county executive career was over, I came back and took Big Train Baseball over, and I noticed there were less kids in the stands, and I said we got to do something about that. So we've created a kids fun zone, and it's run by high school kids, and there's a moon bounce, and there's a t-ball, and there's cornhole, and we bought a bunch of chalk, and they chalk all over the sidewalk, and they chalk all over the stands, and it's just the best place you can have for young kids in June and July.
That's too awesome. Well, you know, what I love so much about Big Train and what you've done with, you know, baseball in the county is you've taken what's a passion for you, a love for you, a lifelong passion, and you've turned it into a form of service that's also a joy for you and for the people who participate. And, you know, so many of the great projects we've got going for young people are like that. I think about like Howard Cohn and soccer in Silver Spring and Tacoma Park, or my friend Jan Goldstein, who created Arts on the Block through her love and passion for the arts. And people do that with music, and people do it with theater, and you name it. You know, so much of community service comes from that love for something that people want to share with young people and children in the next generation.
So we're not just helping college baseball players pursue their dream to make it to the professional baseball in the major leagues, but we're helping high school and college kids who want to pursue their dream on the administrative side of the community organizing side of baseball as well, and giving them the same opportunity to prepare and learn. Yeah.
Well, and you're helping to nourish that general love of baseball and sports and community life, and making Montgomery County so much fun. Well, look, Bruce, not just for baseball and not just for Big Train, but for everything you've done over a really extraordinary career in public life. We salute you and we recognize you as our local hero for this 4th of July week, and happy Independence Day to you.
It's such an honor. Thank you, Jamie.